After the funeral episode, we can all agree that one of the characters is officially out of the game for the throne of Media Empire. And unfortunately, it is Roman. Full-on mental breakdown was long overdue for this character. And I appreciate the similarities between his headspace and civil unrest portrayed in the final moments of penultimate episode of the story. Because Roman, at his core, is a character defined by trauma. Trauma bonded with both his father, mother, and his siblings, unable to process his thoughts and emotions in a healthy way, posturing as confident, arrogant asshole that in reality is an extremely vulnerable, deeply broken person. Throughout the story, we get bits and pieces of what it felt like to be parented by both Logan and Caroline. But it wasn't until Shiv articulated it in her eulogy when I actually felt it. She said, "He kept us outside, but he kept everyone outside. And when he truly saw you, it felt like sunshine raining down on you." In addition to emotional neglect that rest of the siblings experienced, Roman was also the only one physically abused by Logan. That trauma left a deep mark on Roman as he developed into malignant and purposefully cruel individual, with a wealth of dysregulated emotions that manifested as paranoid and anxious attachments to his loved ones. Through his trauma and abuse, Roman created a weird relationship with Logan. In his mind, he was a father whisperer, the only one who truly cared about him, and the only one Logan genuinely loved. He was so preoccupied with looking for shreds of attachment to him that he could never see Logan for what he truly was, a manipulative, lying psychopath. Because of this selective blindness to his father's behavior, he truly believes he was chosen by Logan to be the heir, but he just doesn't have the internal strength to be the kind of cold-blooded asshole Logan was. We see him firing people left and right after his father's death, asserting his dominance and pushing for Mencken on election night, but this is all posturing, grandiose, wishful thinking that he could be something he is not. Grief catches up to him fast, and he can no longer deny what is happening. He breaks down like a little boy. After funeral, siblings arrive at the mausoleum, and we can see that everyone except Roman is already done with Logan. They process, they deal, they even joke about it a little bit, and they move on. Roman can't. He can't even enter the crypt, and he breaks down again. His notion of pre-grief not working, combined with Kendall's real talk during the reception, makes him explode in rage. He leaves straight into the streets, displaying nothing but contempt for people there. He wants them to fight him. He needs to self-destruct because he doesn't know what else to do. He doesn't know how to process his emotions. Honestly, watching this scene, I was wondering, are they going to kill Roman off right now? Is he going to die? He doesn't, and next week during the finale, we will see if Roman finally accepts Logan's death and his shortcomings. During the funeral, he doesn't spend much time with his mother, and even in his lowest moments, it is the siblings that he leans on. Caroline stays in her seat, unbothered by her son's breakdown. In that, we can see how, in addition to trauma and anxious attachment to Logan, Roman has also raging mommy issues that manifest in his lack of intimacy in his relationships, combined with sexual dysregulations. He also fixates on the mommy figures, most prominently with Jerry in the past, but in the last episode, with Shiv too. He won't shut up about her pregnancy. All in all, Roman reaches his breaking point. just in time for the finale, but at this point he isn't really a player anymore. Brief threat that he posed to Kendall is gone. He lost all leverage and credibility as a leader, and now is playing second fiddle to Kendall. Roman. Romulus, as his father called him. He was my favorite for a long time because he's so complex and so broken to his core. Because, all that trauma, physical abuse, and this weird sexual defense mechanisms and mommy issues with Jerry and now Shiv, he was so focused on her pregnancy this episode. Apart from breaking down because, the grief finally hit him in that pivotal moment, he was so into Shiv being a mom, which was so weird on so many levels. But that's why we love Roman, because he's so weird and effed up. I almost thought he was going to die at the end, to be honest. This is the second time Succession pulled an almost such a dramatic mental breakdown for a character that I really thought they were gonna die. The first time was when Kendall did that birthday party in season 3. Everything just went wrong. He was so deflated and so down. I really thought he was gonna jump out of his balcony. And that was the dramatic moment for me when I thought, oh, Kendall's gonna die. And then next episode, he almost drowned in a pool. So I was like, oh, okay, you missed that moment where I was feeling like this was gonna happen. Like I was expecting it an episode early. And this time it's Roman. It's Roman being so broken down. He's, he went through all of these stages of grief. He went through denial, then bargaining, and, depression, rage at the end. He really wanted everyone to hurt as much as he was hurting in that moment. The scene in the church with him breaking down was so beautiful and so well acted. Kieran Culkin, Jesus Christ, everyone in this season, this is really what we live for, performances like this. And I loved how each of the siblings really leaned on each other. Few moments when they showed genuine affection towards each other in this show. And that was a beautiful moment. So I'm glad we got to see that before the finale, because the finale is going to be bonkers and it's going to be cutthroat. I'm curious to see if he will reach that final stage of grief. He's either going to completely implode and entrench himself into this persona he created, or he'll accept everything and move on. We'll see him at the end trying to be a different person. I don't think he's there, to be honest. And one episode is not enough time to really bring that change. This is not Game of Thrones. It's gonna be a bittersweet ending for Roman, because we really want him to be better. We love him as a character, but he has so many issues. Jesus Christ, this man, he's insane. The finale airs tonight, so we'll have our answers soon. But right now, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. And I'll see you later.